the 19th installment. So before we begin, I need to quickly do something. But yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna quickly get the laptop and do what I have been doing work. So I'm going to go in and check that the audio is working because there's no indicator for me to know. Unfortunately, it doesn't feel need to tell me. So we'll go on the laptop here and check. So I think this has been we've been doing these for a week straight without any problems. In fact, we've done more than one a day for a couple of days. We even had 3 in one day. So these streams are doing quite well. I'm also going to take the opportunity, providing there's no issues here, to leave a comment at the top so that for you guys to find. One second. The 19th install. Alright, cool, it worked. So I check the link that I have left in the bottom. Does it work? Because I have left a little link for you guys, the viewers. I just want to make sure it works. So there we go, it does work. I'm just getting all that sorted for you right now. So I'm going to pin that comment. There we go. Perfectly set up. So that's good. Can put that down. Anyway, so welcome to tonight's stream. I'm planning to progress on 2 things, right? What's what time we on? We're on like what? It's 4:45. I wanted to start this originally a bit earlier, but I couldn't get. I was busy working out links and stuff, but yeah. We're finally going to get a few things done Lego wise. I'm planning to kind of split the stream into maybe 2 halves, something like that, right? Where half of it is gaming and half of it's Lego related, right? So we'll probably start with the Lego part of it. I'm looking to get some stuff done with the shelving because we've lacked on continuing that project, but a lot of it was me having to think about where I wanted to go with the shelving and, kind of, I wanted to do it was a big aspect, and I think I've got that all figured out. So we're going to get started with that in this stream. Finally, because it's been some of these things that we're going to finally get onto. I keep saying that word. have really needed done. So I'm going to quickly go to the toilet. I'll be right back and we'll get started on some things. All right, I'm back. So I think the main bit, right? My hair is a mess. I do apologise. I was kind of at work all day, so I'm a bit scruffy looking, but I still want to get the live done. So the main thing we're going to focus on, I think, is getting all the stuff that should not be on these off these, like the minifig cases and stuff. So the two bottom bits of the glass cabinet are going to stay as just kind of random crap stores for a little bit until I get the time to sit around and do that, which will most likely probably be Saturday, but we'll figure that out as we go. Yeah. Let me show you where we're at, right? So obviously, in the previous streams, we've been working on this. And we got to the point where we've got, those nice 10 of those stands all set out, ready to go. They'll be getting used, and I'll be figuring all that out. These two are going to stay storage until I figure it out. We will, however, we are going to get into that box there, because there's some figures that I said, like Chrome Vader, the Shadow Earth Trooper, Chrome Stormtrooper, just stuff like that that I feel should be on these stands, because I've been thinking about that when I was at work today, and I've kind of figured out what I wanted to do. That's the current time that we are on, so I'm planning to be live at least till like 7. I don't know. This depends. Like, I'll do a bunch of stuff for this, for the shelving, and then we'll do some gaming part of it, because I do want to do a bit of that, but I also wanted to, produce some content, so we're also doing that. I've also got a video come out earlier today, another episode of collecting the complete saga and Lego has launched. I do have a bunch of the figures down here and stuff, because I do plan to film some episodes. I've just not got around to filming those, but they're down there, so I know which ones still need filming, right? So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get organised, get into things, get sorting, and get started. So, yeah, I'm going to put the video on in the background. I'll be answering comments, doing my usual, so yeah.
1899. Hello? Pizza delivery for Icy Wiener. Oh, crud. The series officially begins. Philip J. Fry is sent on yet another fake pizza delivery, this time to Applied Cryogenics. Mere seconds into the new year, Fry slips in his cryotube and is frozen for exactly 1,000 years, except it isn't exactly 1,000 years, because for some reason it's unfrozen like a day before the new year in 2999. None of this matters anyway.
Just take the box out, so I'll have to go for the minifigure. R2's coming out of there just now as well.
Only being dumb enough literally to defeat Brain Spawn once and for all, but we'll get to that when we come to it. No need to feel bad for the guy.
R2D2 can set up that top bit just now, keep him out of there. But let's see what we got.
Years of gathering interest became a whopping $4.3 billion. I mean, it was eventually stolen from him, but that's on him for telling random strangers what his PIN number is. Meanwhile, about 7 years.
But yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. In fact, the Sith Nightspeeder result of all his components was sitting up here. You gotta get that sorted. Hey, how you doing?
There's then just a buttload of wacky time-traveling antics that take place within.
Right, so that's that fixed. That's gonna sit up there as well for that. Is that gonna work?
Where he lives an alternate life for 12 years, and yes, he takes care of Seymour too. During this time, Bender is being controlled by alien scammers.
We're gonna be reorganizing the shelving, getting some stuff sorted out, getting back onto things.
Months later, Bender mistakenly attacks Al Gore's manager, Philip Joshua Fry, in Florida. He ends up accidentally destroying all of Gore's ballots and all but assuring a victory for George W. Bush. That may sound familiar, but the rest of the millennium plays out a little differently than you might expect. The world of the 2000s! 2000 to 2801. In the year 2000, once landlocked city Atlanta, Georgia, decides to move offshore so it can attract more tourists. Unfortunately, gross overdevelopment causes the city to sink to the
I
bottom
put
of
this
the
lamp
Atlantic
somewhere.
Ocean. The city was seemingly lost until the
Yep,
Platonic
Lego.
Massacre
I'll show you.
across the civilization of Merfolk near
So we're
the
just,
first
I've
century.
went and bought this new cabinet. We're just organizing all that stuff just now. Yeah. But I'm pretty much just a Lego account.
While rooting around in his basement looking for terrible music to clear out his wedding reception, gifts the priceless heirloom to his son. With the help of the local, he grows into an entrepreneur and philanthropist, not to mention the first man to walk on Mars circa 2032. The following year, 2001, Fry's ex-girlfriend Michelle abandons her husband and family by freezing herself to the year 2266.
But the two bottom shelves of this glass cabinet, I'm going to use as temporary storage so I actually get round to doing something with those things that are going to sit in it.
It's also around this time that the Brain Spawn start their 1,000-year quest to obtain all knowledge of the universe. By 2002, New York's garbage problem is out of control. The city decides to create the world's largest barge and send all of their trash adrift, aimlessly circling the ocean for the next 50 years. Lonely and missing Leela something fierce, Fry's future duplicate gets a job at an aquarium in 2003, working with a narwhal named Lulu, which for a while seems to help his lonely feeling. In 2008...
But yeah, I'll just begin started. If you want to comment questions or anything like that. And if you like what you see, I do have other social medias and stuff in the description. Oh, hey, Nikolai.
According to Professor Farnsworth, 2008 also marks the year the Svalbard Global Seed Vault in Norway began preserving the seeds of every known plant species on Earth. And for the record, that's true in our real-world timeline as well. No one knows exactly when...
I'm just going through some things that I got here.
Sister site, the Germ Warfare Repository, was erected, though. After 7 years of bonding, future duplicate Fry's new aquatic friend Lilu was released into the wild to make room for the aquarium's new star attraction, a giant log with a Halloween mask makes us look like the Loch Ness Monster. Not ready to let her go, Fry spends the next 2 years searching for her with the aid of Mr. Panucci's cousin, Leroy. He also grows a beard that's a wildly different color from his trademark red hair, and I'm not okay with that detail. Duplicate Fry finally locates Lilu, but decides to set her free when he sees she's in love with another narwhal. His closure on the matter is, she needs what'll make her happy, not what'll make me happy. God, we're what, like 9 minutes into this timeline, and I've already talked about what, 2 or 3 things about this show that have made me cry?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate the viewership. We're just reorganizing stuff for the new cabinet. Just getting all that done. So what, I'll put you there so you can see the new cabinet as I go through. So, as I was saying, right, the bottom part is just going to be temporary storage until I figure things out. So, that's why I'm just going to be putting things temporarily until I decide, hey, this is what I'm going to do with it. It does look... It looks so good, doesn't it? No. Yeah, the lightsaber could go on that top, but that's maybe a shout. So, like I said, I was saying earlier, this will be a half streaming, half Lego, half gaming kind of live. I like doing the split, especially towards the end. You know, it's more chilled out, more relaxed. So that's what we're gonna go along with, and just keep going like that. But yeah, it's all right, man. One second, I just got a message from a friend. It does. It's a nice cabinet, and for the money I paid for it, it was used. It does the job really well, and I really do like how it looks. Moving some other things. I've been using these cups with like screws and nails, and I've been doing some other tasks in here. But you know, my goal for this stream is to get the shelves. Like, there's a lot of stuff on these Ivar shelves behind me that really shouldn't be on them. So the goal is to clear all that stuff as well. Just, you know, get the organization in the flow back, which is kind of messing. I'm gonna put this lamp back here. That lamp I'm probably gonna move next to the bed as well. So you know, I've got some ideas. If any of you guys are enjoying the content that I'm providing, there is stuff in the description you guys could possibly check out, other social medias and whatnot. I'm also on TikTok and Instagram, where I also post daily on there. Ozzy Osbourne. Hey. Oh, trust me, that my collection is outrageously big, but it's my hobby. It's my something I really enjoy a lot, and it's something that I'm going to continue to do probably forever. It's one of those like hobbies. It's just I've never got bored with. So there's that. But we're just rearranging some of the place, getting it a bit more set up and a bit more usable. So that's kind of what I'm devoting my time to this evening. Trying to think what else needs doing. Can I refigure out some wiring down here? Because that's cool, but also that's a light. I can turn that on and off like so. It's an enjoyable hobby. Granted, it can be crazy expensive at the best of times, but it's something I enjoy doing quite a lot. I've had an obsession with Lego for about 18 years now. It's probably the most long-term hobby I've ever had. There's other collectibles I am into that I aim to do stuff with on the channel here in 2026. This year, 100% looking to diversify the content and change things up a little bit. Of course, the Lego reviews, the Lego. How are you? Hey, how you doing? This year, the Lego Star Wars side of this channel will always be the main thing I do, because that's what the channel was started for. But this year, I am aiming to diversify it a bit, add other things that I'm interested in. Because, it's just a wider content base. I'm your favorite YouTuber, thank you. I appreciate that, thank you. Right. Again, these two bottom ones is just going to be more or less storage related until I figure out, hey, what the hell do I want to do with this stuff, or how do I want to display some things. Some of it is like the bottom thing is more or less just a box of cables and stuff that I need to go through. But here's something pretty cool. In fact, you know what? I'm going to quickly put these. Thank you. I'm going to put these. I'm going to show these off. These are something I would put in the backgrounds of the cabinets, actually, because these are some items that, again, I'm on the bet. 1 second. That's my door. Yeah, they came. They did. Yes, they came, and I put all the furniture back. Yeah. Aye. Yes, yes. You picked a nice one, the match the curtains and the paint quite well. I put all the chairs in that back. I fixed the carpeting table, so all looks nice. Aye, it matches. We're out in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. There's 3 of them. Yeah. Aye, I imagine so. Roanhead Industrial. You'll need to wait a few minutes for the water. We've got to put a bottle in the fridge for you. So, aye. I took place on when the guys came. No, I got soaked at work, so I took all that off and let it dry. It's raining out there. Heavy rain. You know. One sec, I'm back. Right, we'll get into this. So, I'll show you something pretty cool, right? Yeah, I'm Scottish, right? So I'll show you something pretty cool, right? That I've got. So I might be wrong, right? But I feel like I'm willing to bet there's no one else in the Lego space who does much content with these. I've never really looked, but when I watch people's like collection type stuff, you never see these. Two donkeys, nice. Right, this is something, right, that a couple of years ago, I kept finding them on eBay. And when I was a kid in the early 2010s, so we're going back a long, I don't like saying that was a long time ago. We're going back maybe 16 years ago. When I was a kid, I used to get these monthly. And almost why I didn't have any of the ones I had as a kid. My Lego collection I restarted as a teenager. But I found these. I'm going to flip the camera and show you what these are. You got chickens. I've got a parrot. So I got these. So these are Lego Club magazines. So I've got a few issues here. This one is March 2014. You know, you got this one that is March 2011. This one is May 2014. January 2011. April 2010. This is a Lego store catalogue from 2008. That's actually got some more recent magazines that I picked up. So I really like the turbo tank build in that one. This one is... That's February 2011. That's May 2011. Love the Falcon on there. It looks pretty cool. Got this one, which is April 2011. Damn Scotland as well. This is my favourite. This one will probably become the background in the cabinet. Mostly because of the nostalgia. This cover gives me a lot of nostalgia from... This one is from May 2012. Thank you for the subscription. That's greatly appreciated. This one is March 2012. You know, I've got this one here. That's February 2010. This one's pretty cool. I don't know where the hell I've put them, but back in the day, this came with a set of 3D glasses, which is why it looks. So this one originally came with the 3D glasses in 2010, which is why it looks a bit nuts, but that was like for the launch of Lego Atlantis. This will be Harry Potter, so that's May 2010. You can tell like so it's like one issue per month and then just the year. It's how I've got these. What's this one? March 2010. That's just some other stuff. That's like personal kind of papers. And that's just magazines. I'm planning to use maybe a couple of those as like a creative display in there. So I'm actually going to work on that just now. I don't do too much for sports, but I did play sports in high school. Maybe I could have a cool mix. These are my two favourite ones, you know, that had the Star Wars covers. You know, the one from 2010 with the turbo tank, and then this one, which is the original trilogy. Let's see. I'll see if I can... At the moment, this is the only... The top shelf is the only one where I put all the crazy kind of effort into. That's what I'm kind of experimenting with, but it looks really nice. So I have, let's see, what's the best way to do this? I can slip them behind and the things in front will stop them from moving, is kind of the idea I'm going to go with here. Hopefully they don't fall down the gap or something. Nope, they're falling down the gap. That's, I'll maybe have to blue tack these in place. I probably have some somewhere. No, that's not an idea that's going to work. Yeah, I'm going to have to rethink that. I end up just knocking things down. So I'll maybe blue tack these, or maybe those could be pinned up somewhere. Because those are a pretty cool part of LEGO Star Wars, was stuff like that. Or just in LEGO in general, was the old magazines. Oh, subscription service probably does still exist, but it's, I don't know. Considering I was a kid when those came out and smartphones were like in their infancy, like I'd imagine now it would be an online. It's probably an online subscription now. The LEGO Club magazine. I have no idea. There we go. That's fixed. We'll get minifigures in there soon. But yeah, I suppose it was an interesting idea to see what I could do with these. This is not all the ones I have, but I guess I kept coming across old school listings. In the 10th, what do you mean? But these are a cool idea, but I don't know, maybe I need to find a really good way of displaying these that would be interesting. So we'll stay in there for now until I figure that one out. So a cup where I kind of just keep pens, pencils, all that kind of thing. Handy stuff, even though half the time, for some reason, I can never find a pen. I can go up there, that's sorted out. I don't know, I've got a big box of pens. Like, I suppose pinning them would maybe that would ruin them. Oh, really? I'm 23 in March. Oh, God, I feel old. I don't know. Maybe I could trial pinning these on the wall, like some of the, probably just the Star Wars related ones. You know, the few times those made the front covers. Let's see. Oh, I got to repair this. I forgot. See, Gates of the Monster Fighters Mansion set. I accidentally broke these. There's the odd thing that does need repairing and fixed. There we go. Fixed. I'm going to keep that up next to the PS1 games. I don't know why, but it just looks right there. Plus, I've got the rest of the mansions down there. Got another one of these stand pieces, like what's already in the cabinet. Also, do you know what? The state of my hair right now is ridiculous. I've not had the time to wash it today. I'm just going to chuck a hat on. Look a bit more presentable. Right, so we got that. These are pretty cool from 2000. I went and got a whole bulk of them off the internet. That one, I don't know what the hell I'll do with it, but I'll put it up there for now. Else I know what I'm doing with it. I'm going to put the background noise back on, but again, if anyone wants to comment questions or has any questions, feel free to let me know and I will answer.
Damaging his larynx, revealing him to be Lars. That might not be super shocking right now, but he becomes way important later. He then rushes to the Applied Cryogenics lab, gets in a cryo tube with his old girlfriend Michelle, and readjusts the time to 3002. Once a week, he gets a job at the Head Museum, where he eagerly awaits the day Leela arrives. 2019 to 2031. Starting in 2019, the military initiates Project Satan, a 12-year attempt at creating the world's most
putting some things in storage in the bottom of it.
Included parts like Hitler's steering wheel and Charles Manson's turn signal. Calculon, working as a mindless construction robot arm at the time, is subsequently infected with the Whitaker curse. According to Leela, all of Earth's petroleum reserves run out by the end of 2038. Alternative fuels are now the norm, including the wonders of whale oil. Over the next few decades, the city of New York solves their biggest environmental issues by launching the garbage barge into space and dropping giant blocks of ice into the ocean to combat global warming. A great idea with no chance of backfiring whatsoever, thus solving the problem of global warming.
Right, what else is needed?
For all. Once and for all! 2079 to 2099. The first robot uprising in history occurs in 2079, and cyborgs totally enslave humanity.
Right.
50 years
So I
later.
figure out what
Authors
else
are unclear
I want to do with
how
certain
or
things.
aided by prejudice between humans and half-humans. An alien species of giant carrots also enslaved humanity sometime during this period. According to a defrosty fry men at the Logitorium Comfort
Right.
Dome Inn,
I'm going to get back to throw a few things out. So I'm doing that as well.
In 2159, the central bureaucracy is established to handle the financial, legal, and all other business matters throughout New York. The building itself is a windowless labyrinth, and simply finding a bathroom drives its inhabitants to the brink of insanity. The 2200s are a big century for Earth. To start things off, the first Decapodians arrive and feverishly devour anchovies to the point of extinction. Star Trek becomes a major religion after the cast of Star Trek the original series performs some musical reunion specials. Worried about its influence on the global populace, world leaders ban both its practice as well as the show, kicking off the Star Trek Wars. Not to be confused with the Star Wars Trek, an unspecified mass migration of Star Wars fans. The Fairness in Hell Act is passed in 2275, stating that anyone who can defeat the robot devil in a fiddle contest wins a solid gold fiddle and may leave robot hell no strings attached. Other than that, you now own a solid gold fiddle that would weigh hundreds of pounds and sound crummy. The first destruction of Earth also occurs around this time, originally believed to be the work of aliens while Fry was frozen. Turns out, though, it was Bender's doing while he was escaping the Swedish Air Force whilst undergoing
Right, I'm
a
back.
massive time heist while under control of the aforementioned scammer aliens.
Just said I've been doing a clear out and reorganization thing in here recently.
Add a smidge of feces and a dab of radioactive waste, and you've got the origins of the first sewer mutants. Sometime in the 2600s, New York.
Let's see, what is this? I've got some parcels in here that have arrived that I'm not even sure what the hell they are.
If that isn't villainous enough, he carves his own face onto Mount Rushmore. You know, it doesn't look half bad. By 2620, scientists are so tired of immature jokes about the planet Uranus that they rename it Urectum, which, to be fair, is much less funny, but in another stupider...
Oh, it's them handle things. Cool.
Less than 2 years later, Mom's
Throw them in the bottom of the cabinet until I'm ready.
Santa Claus. Unfortunately, a glitch in his circuitry leads him to go berserk and judge everyone as more naughty than nice. The penalty? Capital punishment. Can you hear the sleigh bells ringing? Do you get it? Sleigh spelled S-L-A-Y, because Santa kills people. The Professor and Planet Express crew. 2841.
Well, look, I even bought those Pokemon card things for a video and I didn't even get around to it.
One super genius and lover of good news, Professor Hugh.
Calling them Pokemon card things, that'll get me shot on here by the fandom. We'll put that up to the back there. Well, this will go on the bottom actually.
For 14 years. By 2900, Farnsworth is teaching at Mars University. There he gains his most promising students, Ogden.
Something a friend has been buying me for the last while is retro transformers. Astro Train's one of them.
Robots for Mom's Friendly Robot Company, where he stays for the next 50 years. His most notable invention was the fuel-inefficient sport utility robot that would become the gold standard for all robots well into the 31st century. The professor meets Zoidberg on Triton, who subsequently saves his life while trying to kill a Tritonian Yeti. After catching hypermalaria, the professor makes a pact with Zoidberg.
There's a piece I was looking for, got to fix that. But these lives have been doing really well lately, and you know, I've started to. I'm trying to make these a nightly occurrence. This is the 7th one in a row without problem. Well, it's the 7th night in a row. I've been, in some occasions, doing more than one a night.
All but Zoidberg are lost during their first delivery after getting lost in the Bermuda tetrahedron. Farnsworth later discovers a method of turning dark matter into fuel. Just 2 years later, the Democratic Order of Planets, or DOOP, starts fracking Bergon 6 for every last drop. Mom captures scores of Niblonians for her dark matter farm in Alaska sometime after this event, as Niblonians...
Finally getting this sorted. This is kind of ridiculous. So this is the packing. This is how busy I've been lately. That all those minifig stands came in that I made a video of on TikTok. That took a while to actually get rid of those. So I put things in that area on top of it. Farnsworth
from cells straight off his back. Coincidentally, Herman's son, Dwight Conrad, is born that very same week. Bending Rodriguez is built in Tijuana, Mexico in 2996. Deemed defective by Mom's Friendly Robot Company for lacking a backup unit, Kirby's, now working assembly at the robot company, authorizes Bender's approval before resigning from the company. Another 2 years pass, and Amy Wong begins interning for Planet Express as part of her physics curriculum at Mars University. 2999. The previous Planet Express crew is killed by space bees while collecting space honey. The adventure begins. December 31st, 2999. Welcome back to episode 1. Fry is unfrozen after 1,000 years of slumber and oddly cool.
So looking good. I'll tell you guys what, right? I'll put a couple more things away.
I'd say to think of Seymour, but future Fry's taking care of him. It's all good. Thus ensues an adrenaline.
I'll put a couple things away that need to be put away, and then what I'm gonna do is we'll do some game. I'll do the figures. So I'm gonna set up some of the figures in there, which will be cool. Plus, I've been telling people on Instagram that I would, so now get round to that.
Fry, not wanting to be saddled with being a delivery boy again for the rest of his life in the distant future, takes off. And when Leela finally tracks him down, he actually convinces her to quit her own job. The next day, Fry and Leela track down his closest living relative, his great 30 times nephew, Professor Farnsworth.
Is there a way I can kind of keep this open?
Fry, Leela, and Bender as the new Planet Express crew.
Nope.
And Fry is given the
No,
job
not with the
of
bed
delivery
there.
boy. The rest of the new year is full of quirky misadventures for the Planet Express crew. Fry quits mooching off the professor and moves into an apartment with his new roommate Bender, which is great. He briefly becomes a billionaire, like we mentioned, gets crowned Emperor of Trisol after drinking the previous monarch, attends and subsequently drops out of Mars University, and learns the horrifying...
See, this next shelf I'm planning to use for an interest that I've been wanting to get into for a while. And you guys will see some content on that in a couple of weeks.
And gets chummy with some human-hating robots. He sends his way into the bowels of robot hell, flushes the dreaded El Chupanibre down the sub-sewer, and forcibly learns to feel real human emotions. Leela rescues Nibbler from a collapsing Vergon 6, regrettably sleeps with the self-important spaceship captain Zach Brannigan, and almost gets sucked into a black hole.
I've got no one with
though everyone was also involved in that last thing. Earth also gets its fair share of action in the new millennium. Not only is it invaded by Omicronians seeking a proper conclusion to single female lawyer.
Tell you what, right? I'll start getting some of the figures in the cabinet. I'm just gonna grab this here actually for that one.
After a year, Earth just can't catch a break. Mother's Day goes south after Mom programs all her robots to revolt, making her supreme overlord.
Oh, I found them.
Short-lived though, after she gets a little.
Found what I was talking about.
You know what I mean? And if you don't, you're figure it out. Shortly after, Earth is invaded again by
so
only this time for an actual good reason. Earthicans are consuming Omicronian babies as part of their latest fast food sensation, Poplars.
These are the 3D glasses I was on about that you get with the Atlantis thing.
It's not all doom and gloom, though. Hubert Farnsworth gets removed from his cloning tank, the sunken city of Atlanta is rediscovered, the what-if machine is invented, and the where-car curse gets lifted. 3002. The universe is threatened on more than one occasion. The brain spawn begin their assault on Earth, but Fry, a temporarily stupid Leela, and the Niblonians defeat them thanks to Fry's lack of the Delta brainwave. Basically, Fry's actions, where he became his own grandfather, created a genetic anomaly that made him literally too stupid to function. However, his superior yet inferior mind grants him immunity against the brain spawn's power to render everyone they come into contact with super dumb. Not long after, the professor destabilizes the space-time continuum by misusing chronotons, causing time to skip forward at an accelerated rate, but without retaining any of the memories of the events that transpired during time skips. Farnsworth enlists help from the greatest scientific minds of the generation, the Harlem Globetrotters, and together they create a black hole that implodes the nebula, releasing the time-altering space dust. During these times,
did you guys ever do a clear out, right? And we'll find things that you were kind of annoyed you didn't know. Like I was tempted, right, a few days ago to go get a new phone charger. Turns out I have countless goddamn Type-C cables. It was actually slightly not infuriating to find that one out.
Bender even organizes an entire concert dedicated to broken robots everywhere. Don't believe us? Look it up in the Bectionary. Actually, I don't think a Bectionary would have all that information, but it would tell you what Odelay means. This is also the year that the Planet Express crew travels back in time to Roswell, New Mexico, 1947.
There we go.
Upon returning, they dig up Bender's head, which was buried in 1947, where it remained for the last 1,055 years. Though perhaps most importantly, the professor fine-tunes his what-if machine, and we learn the answer to the most important question in the universe. What would happen if Bender was human? The answer of which is equal parts sad and horrifying. 3003. Earth catches a small break on the invasion front. After Zoidberg is sentenced to death for eating the Earth like the Decapodians retaliate by briefly enslaving the planet. Never mind! Bender has a romantic fling with the Planet Express ship's newly installed AI, causing many, many planets to be destroyed, including 2 gangster planets and a cowboy world. Apparently, the combination of candy hearts and quasars, while a powerful aphrodisiac, doesn't sit well with life in other galaxies. On the bright side, global warming is no longer a problem, thanks to the professor's ingenious plan to move the Earth further away from the sun.
Right,
From robots.
Hey there, how's it going? I'm just having a think.
1 week longer as a result. So President Nixon declares the extra week Robot Party Week. This is also the year that Leela reunites with her parents and discovers that she's not an alien as she previously thought, but a mutant. One who passes enough.
That's great. I'm just debating what we're going to do next.
And of course, it wouldn't be a Futurama video without mentioning that Fry finds the fossilized remains of his best friend Seymour. Why can't Fry receive a sadder episode than Jurassic Park? Fight me. 3004. The brain spawn are back and the infosphere is nearly complete, spelling certain doom for the universe. Thankfully, Fry and the Niblonians
Right,
defeat
tell
the
you what.
Respawn once and for all by
We'll do
banishing
it.
them to an alternate dimension from which
Yeah,
there is
great.
no return.
We'll get some of those rare figures in that case. That'd be a great way to kind of end off the stream. Or the Lego part. We'll do another things in the stream.
Nibbler, but instead accepts his role in the universe and becomes the very person that condemns himself to life in the 31st century. Earth conquers the Spiderians of Tarantalon 6, resulting in everyone on Earth getting a $300 refund, and nobody spends it wisely, with the possible exception of Fry, who briefly transcends space-time after drinking 100 cups.
Oh man, trust me. I love Lego.
3004 Olympics, but is ultimately disqualified for cheating. Meanwhile, Bender successfully cheats his way to the top in various Fembot bending events under the alias Coilet from Robonia.
Right, so I'm going to dig out certain figures to sit on that those stands.
The notoriously difficult musical instrument, the holophoner, and win Leela's heart. And it doesn't backfire at all. Nope. Definitely not even a little bit. You know, I say that jokingly, but it kind of didn't backfire. I mean,
None
a bunch
of those
of
are going on.
happened, not the least of which was Leela going deaf, but yeah, it makes for a very sweet series finale. Well, first series finale, at least. A year later, the brainless drones running the Box Network shut down Planet Express, canceling their license to make deliveries, and all hope is lost. It just won't
I'm picking out
stay
some cool
dead.
figures to sit on those stands.
Good news, everyone! Those asinine morons at the Box Network are fired for incompetence, and then not. Most die from their injuries and are ground into a fine pink powder. Planet Express is back, baby! And not a moment too soon, as nudist alien scammers take control of both Planet Express and Earth, eventually sending Bender back in time to steal all of Earth's treasures. Bender, under the control of the scammers thanks to a virus implanted in him, gladly does this, and upon completion is ordered to kill Fry to prevent anyone
Yeah, I'm
from using
picking
the
out
time
some
travel code
figures for
tattooed
this
on his
display.
ass. Fearful for his life and a bit jealous of Leela's fling with her new boy toy, Lars Fillmore, Fry travels back in time to New York in the year 2000, where he reunites with Seymour. See this video like a bunch of minutes ago. We need a timeline for our timeline. This is the Fry that turns into Lars, by the way. He makes another duplicate of himself when he travels back in time for the first rest of the series. Yes, I know it's confusing, that's why we're doing this timeline to begin with. Back in 3007, though, the scammers evict the people of Earth. With the help of Robot Santa, Hanukkah Zombie, and Kwanzaa-Bot, the Earthicans fight back and ultimately win the battle for Earth. 3008. A time paradox of numerous duplicate benders left unresolved during the time heist creates a massive rift in time and space.
Here.
Meanwhile,
Malgus,
Evo's universe is
some of the ones I've already
on the other
picked
side
out
of
from
the
this
rift.
display.
Due to unrelenting loneliness and an extreme lack of social skills, the genderless planet-sized being pushes tentacles through the rift and forcibly mates with everyone in our universe. Things are nice for a bit, but once Yivo finds out that Fry sent a letter to Bender, Shkler's heart is broken, devastated that Fry could have feelings for anyone but Shkler. Yivo ends the relationship, sends everyone back to Earth, and closes the anomaly behind Shkler forever. Shortly after the Yivo incident, dark matter prices inexplicably tripled. Turns out that Mom Bill perpetuated an artificial supply shortage to increase profits. To ruin Mom's dark matter empire, Professor Farnsworth infiltrates Mom's dark matter mine in Alaska. Also, he was probably still butthurt about her dumping him. Using his anti-backwards crystal, the professor renders dark matter useless, forcing all future spacecraft to run on whale oil. 3009. The universal life-giving aura known as the Chi begins to reform, resonating from the black dwarf system.
I'll quickly show you what the hell I'm on about.
Legion of Mad Fellows explains how
So I've got 10 of these stands in here for the cabinet, and I'm picking out 10 of the rarest figures I've got. Some of my figures stay on the shelf, like Cloud City Mobile will stay on Cloud City kind of thing. I'll still keep Queen Amidala with the episode 1 stuff, but the rest of the kind of rare stuff will go in here. Like, and I've got some of the crazy rare ones to put in there.
Encyclopod defeats the last of the evil Dark Ones. This ends the evolutionary arms race, kicking off a new green age, so the legend foretold. Unfortunately, the entire Planet Express crew gets sucked into a wormhole shortly after. Just before they do, Leela finally confesses her love for Fry, making for a very sweet...
I didn't get his helmet, but we do have the Chrome Darth Vader to add to it.
Rebirth. 3010. Everybody comes out of the wormhole and crash lands on Earth in one piece. Well, most of the crew died in a horrible explosion, but the professor puts them all back together using adult stem cells, of course. 3010's a big year for Hubert. He discovers the fossilized skull of a missing link in humanity's evolution, but not before he invents a forward time machine. This time machine teaches us about the cyclical nature of the universe, among many other things, but we'll get to that. The gang gets more political than usual this year. Bender and Amy...
Like I said, the live will be half Lego, half gaming, because that seems to be what you guys enjoy.
Robots, while Leela fights for mutant rights.
There's a nice mix. Everybody who watches me kind of gets what they'd like to see.
Years, the cats of Earth decide to finally get off their lazy butts and revolt, stealing the planet's rotational energy for their couple brethren on Thuban 9. Oh, and the Omicronians invade Earth again, only this time it's more of a ploy for Lur, ruler of the planet Omicron Persei 8's wife Dunda, to think Earth was invaded so that she'd find him attractive. With the help of Orson Welles' head, Lur rekindles the fire of his marriage.
Yep.
The things we do for love. Wait, wrong show. 3011. It's been 50 years since losing the first Planet Express crew in the Bermuda Tetrahedron. During a mission to retrieve a monument for the memorial party, we discover the original crew is still alive, gobbled up by a four-dimensional space whale. Bender gains
none of those are quite what I'm looking for.
Thanks to the professor's recent invention.
There are some cool figures that I'm sifting through here, but it's certain ones that are...
but willingly leave once they decide that conquering Earth would be too annoying. The symptoms of the professor's hypermalaria start to flare, prompting Zoidberg to fulfill his promise made all those years ago to kill the professor. Fortunately, it was just your typical case of Yetiism, which is far easier to treat. No mercy killing required. Leela wins a Slurpee, a Peabody Jr., and 2 training Emmys for her work on Rumble the Hump, despite plagiarizing the show entirely from the lives of real aliens. Fry finds a bone vampire egg from a local farmer's market, which eventually hatches into Mr. Peppy. Bone vampires are an endangered species, so the crew returns Mr. Peppy to its homeworld on Duhan 6, where it helps thin out the planet's population of sheep. Fry, Bender, Leela, and the professor travel back to 1775 in an ill-fated attempt to salvage Huber's family reputation. More on that way at the beginning of this video. The common cold was eradicated back in the 2500s, but of course, Fry reintroduces it to the 31st century.
There we go, we found Chrome Vader's helmet.
Wipes out the population of New York. And I think the most unbelievable thing about this entire show so far is that Fry somehow went 11 years without ever having a cold. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here and I've had a cold for 11 years. 3012. Bender's son, Ben Vending Rodriguez, is born after a one-night stand with Planet Express's vending machine. He eventually enrolls in Vending State University in Santa Cruz sometime after having his memory banks wiped. As stated in an ancient Martian prophecy, 3012 is supposed to be the Earth's doomsday. Much to everyone's disbelief, the prophecy was actually foretelling Mars's destruction, which shot out of orbit and nearly collided with Earth. Other random events include Richard Nixon's head winning the 3012 Earth presidential election, and Calculon dying after he drinks a vial of food coloring to beat Langdon Cobb in an acting competition. A year later, Fry and Leela spend a lifetime together, frozen in time due to a malfunction with the professor's latest invention in time travel. Eventually, time is reset, and both Fry and Leela agree to go around again, making for a perfectly satisfying series finale, actually for real
this year. In terms of collecting, I will be putting a lot more time into specifically buying some of the more rare figures I'm after.
3028, the economy collapses, and another robot.
So there's some cool stuff I do eventually add to this.
Politician Chris Travers, born in 3012, travels back in time to run against Nixon and stop him from winning, which works. But his job complete, and the robot uprising having never occurred, he fades out of existence, and then Nixon is declared the winner. The end of the universe. From here, we only know Earth's history in spots. Intelligent apes, birds, cows, and slugs each take a turn ruling over the planet, each erecting their own version of the Statue of Liberty. There's like 2 different medieval eras, one of which is ruled by giraffes. The planet goes from an ice age...
another one, I'm looking, I need to find the helmet for the Chrome Stormtrooper, but then we'll be sorted.
Into 2 species. One is smart and sophisticated,
but I've always built there it is.
Are primitive and brutish, and naturally, the Dumblocs take over, cause violence. By the year 50 million, Earth is a veritable paradise, blessed with beautiful, intelligent women and technology for creating backwards time machines. Men are nearly extinct, so even old and stupid ones like the Professor and Fry are valued. But the Earth, like all good things, must come to an end. In the year 1 billion, all life in the universe is extinct. All that remains of planet Earth is a vast, empty desert, and Leela's heartfelt message to Fry written out in billion-year-old stalagmites. 10 duodecillion. That's a 1 with 40 zeros, y'all. I feel sorry for the guy that's got to put this graphic together. The last protons decay, completely ending the current universe. Seconds later, another Big Bang occurs and forms an entirely new universe.
There's a nice looking minifigure.
To the last one, give or take a few.
Yeah, it's alright, man. It's looking great though.
Next up is 107 Futurama facts you should know from all the way back in 2015. I wonder if anyone knew back then that they would be bringing the show back.
Number 1. Futurama is one of the first animated shows to incorporate only digitally colored cells. Number 2. Because each episode takes a year to complete, the team works on all episodes simultaneously. Number 3. Once scripts are completed, voice acting for up to 20 episodes is recorded in as little as 2 weeks. Number 4. The
Nope.
writers are assigned index cards with plot points that they must use as
Trust
a
me,
focal
wait
point
till you
for
see
the
what
episode.
I've been
They also
picking
share
out
what the
figures
team
to put in a
refers to
display
as
cabinet. It's gonna look good.
These colored index cards contain plot devices frequented by Futurama, including Trial, Runaway, and Tour. Number 5. Voice talent John DiMaggio, best known for his role as Bender, is also the voice of Adventure Time with Jake the dog. Now that is mathematical. Number 6. Futurama's longest seasons were 6 and 7, which consisted of 26 episodes.
Then the description of the live, you just you click down.
Production when Fox dropped the animated series from
But you don't have to do that if you don't want to.
Ouch.
Completely
Number
optional.
8. Episodes of Futurama from seasons 1 through 4 cost approximately $1.3 million each. The largest contributing factors include their CG animated elements like space travel, cars, and holograms, and Christopher Ting's...
Right, so I've picked out some figures for now. I might add additional ones to this list, but these are the ones so far that are going to go in the display cabinet. We've got Darth Malgus from 2012.
2007, reruns of Futurama were aired on Cartoon Network's
We got
Adult
the
Swim,
Chrome Darth Vader
which
from
captured
2009.
the audience, gaining it significantly more
The
popularity
Chrome
and
TC-14 from
merchandise sales than its
2012.
initial run on Fox. Number
And the
11,
Chrome
with
Stormtrooper
improved
from
ratings,
2010.
Fox purchased 4 straight
I will
to-video
add more, but
films
that's
that were
what I'm
chopped up
starting
into
off
separate
with.
episodes. This would become now known as Season 5. Number 12. According to IGN, Fry happens to be the fan favorite of the popularity poll. Bender, however, is a close second. Number 13. Fry is also the most cosplayed character of the series. His look was inspired by James Dean in Rebel Without a Cause. Number 14. Futurama was named after a
Oh, and we're gonna put Zero the Hutt in there.
1939, centered around the world of tomorrow. Number 15. Other names considered for the title included Aloha Mars and Doomsville.
Right, so I'll put them in
Number 16.
order, oldest
Though Bender's
to newest
antenna has
figure.
only been the highlight of one episode, I, Roommate, it has various capabilities. It has served as a butter dispenser, toilet flusher, glowing pager, alert when receiving mail, fuse to light the cannon in his chest cavity, and even as a defining feature of his gender. Number 17. Zap Brannigan's portrait is an imitation of the portrait of John F. Kennedy. Number 18. Bender's top 10 words...
See, I do have a lot of rare figures, but they're being used in the complete saga display.
Bite my shiny daffodil and ass. Not in that specific order, though.
Bite my shiny metal ass.
Number 19. Bender's resume is rich in leadership.
Right, do you want to see it?
Excellence.
It's
He
looking
served as
great.
the Prime Minister of Trisol, the leader of League of Robots, commander of the Army of the Damned, an Iron Cook of the Iron Cook series based on Food Network's Iron Chef, a spy for the Duke, which is the Democratic Order of Planets, and Prime Minister of Norway. He even
So that's the
has-
4 that I've picked out. Obviously, I'll need to get another 6 chosen. But a big part of what I want to do this year...
Number 20. Fry, unlike me, loves anchovies. Number 21. The words from the very popular...
A big part of what I want to do this year is get into the rare figures more. I do have like the Cloud City Boba Fett up there, but I'd rather he was on Cloud City. I want to like the look, the layout and stuff could easily qualify to be in here, but I'm not putting them in right now. Oh, that thing, of course that was going to fall. I have the custom Zero the Hutt in there as well, though.
Is a pun based on her physical appearance. Number 24. Bender's home address 0.
Like, I do have other rare figures that would work in there quite well, but I'd rather they stayed, like, with their actual sets. Like, I've got Phase 2 Rex up there from 2013. Like, maybe he would be one that qualifies. I've got one figure, right, that's not built, but I do have, because I have opened the bags to check, is in the X-Wing, which I will be building at some point soon, has the smooth hair layer. Because the way I've done these is oldest to newest. So 2009, 2010, and these two here are 2012. So everyone will get shifted up a notch for when this, because the smooth hair layer would count as a 2006 minifigure. I mean, to show some of the other figure, I mean, potentially I could put one of these guys in here. I do have that window on that plaque, but I want to keep him with the Revenge of the Sith stuff. I do have 2 of these guys. I could put one of them in. Do you know what? I think I'm going to have to put one of them in. I think that it only makes sense that one of these guys goes in. They're too cool. Plus, it kind of works for me as a space filler. Perfect. Like on the complete saga stand, there is also some that I would consider. I'll climb up on the bed here. Right, so I've got the Blue Super Battle Droid. That would be one I would use. I've got the Gold Chrome 3PO, right? From 2007. That one really should be in there. Then I could have all the Chrome figures. But if I take away the Chrome 3PO, TC14 would still be Chrome. But then I have to buy another. It would be annoying. I'd rather just leave it that way. Like I've got original Geonosian on here. That's a rare figure. I've got Greedo and Django. So those are figures that you would want to put on there. So is that 05 Palpatine. But I'm choosing to keep these up here as part of this display. Speaking of this display, right? Hey, Wilhelm. Speaking of this display, I did get an email this morning saying that a whole bunch of figures for this have been dispatched. So the two Kaminoans and the Ugnaught, they're on their way. Let me show you how this, I've got this looking so far. So 2005 Scout Trooper, 2009 Chrome Vader, 2010 Chrome Stormtrooper, 2012 Chrome TC14, and 2012 Malgus. But those are the ones I've got in here so far that I kind of felt would work. Do you know what? I wasn't wanting to add this. It does. I've also got this area nice and cleared out so far. But there's stuff that still needs to move and stuff that will need sorted. But that looks really nice. You know, there's I've got a. This year I am going to be focusing more on the rare figures that I'm after. One figure, for example, is I'm either going to buy one or the other. I don't know if I'm going to feel like buying both. But White Boba Fett from 2010 or the 2014 Revan are two that I've frequently been eyeing up. I have the original Clone Commander from 2008. Like I've got Wolf, I've got Fox and all that, so maybe they qualify as being able to go in here. I don't know, but these are the ones I wanted to put in so far. Like, initially I wasn't going to put that guy in there, but because I've got the two of them, it kind of just made some sense. No, I am looking about the shelves, trying to see if there's any other figures that I would say are worth putting in that are rare. Because I don't want to put the common ones in. I mean, I don't know. I'll let the chat decide this one, right? I have all versions made of Captain Rex. He's in the box right now, down there, but like I do have him. He is in there somewhere. That just reminded me, I was meant to find the Shadow Earth Trooper. Guys, I need to go back in and find him. I thought I was a figure short that I wanted to put in there. 2011 Shadow Earth Trooper was that figure. I completely missed him. Because he hides in the shadows. But yeah, I do have that version of Captain Rex. Now, while I'm doing this, I'll quickly check if there's any other figures I think will look good in there. But no, this year, in terms of collecting, minifigures are going to be a big part of what I'm going after. These figures will eventually go on the displays. I just have not decided where they're going to go yet. This is all live content that's coming. The Clone Wars ones are going to be waiting. I'm waiting until I've rebuilt the dropship to put them there. And sifting through to also find his helmet. I did. YouTube wouldn't let me do it through them, so I had to set a whole thing up with PayPal, but it probably ended up going to be worth it. I'll tell you what, see, because I don't have enough figures to fill that out, I'm going to add some other ones that I wasn't planning on adding, like the 2014 Wolfpack's definitely in that class of minifigure. So is the Shock Trooper from that era, actually. I'll add them in there. I've not checked. No. Nothing there that I'm going to add. Like, there are some cool figures in here, but not like... I know, I'll use that space wisely, so I'm picking like the coolest and rarest ones I've got. There we are. Shadow Earth Trooper is completed. Just got to find the helmet for the Shock Trooper. But those are ones I'm planning on throwing in as a time. Most of the ones in there will be clone troopers, but like I said, this year I'm planning on going after some of those rare ones I've been wanting, so they'll end up in that case as well. I'm wondering, should I put custom minifigures in that case? Maybe I will. I don't know. Oh, there's that helmet. Well, I'll have to have a think on the custom figures, actually. I don't know if I want to do that. See, the way I'm doing this, for me, it's the ones that are done right, but it's very few people. It's like custom versions of Clone Trooper Legions that LEGO never bothered to do. That's the kind of thing I go after. We'll add original Commander Wolf in there as well. I feel he's unnecessary. I have almost every LEGO Clone Trooper. I'm only missing, I think, 4. I'm missing the new Commander Bly. I'm missing the Galactic Marine. I'm missing Vander Bakara. Don't quote me, but I'm missing either 3 or 4 Clone Troopers. I did a video on here a year and a half ago called Every LEGO Clone Trooper from 2002 to 2024, and I had them all on a big stand. It was a long project to get all of them, but it was like one of my most favorite videos I've ever made. Every few years I'll make an updated version, but I'm not quite ready to give it an update yet. I don't feel they've released enough Clone Troopers to justify it, since the making of that, to justify it. We'll throw the original Fox in there as well, just as a placeholder. Also, I can swap the figures that I'm putting in this case out for other figures over time. Like, that's 100% going to happen. I was looking for the Wolf helmet because his helmet popped off in the box. Once I do that, that'll probably conclude this the LEGO half of the live. See, I would have streamed a bit earlier today, but I had people coming to do some things. It's good because we went through a long time of not really getting much of it. Like, that was when we spent all that time specifically only getting stuff from the Disney era. I did not enjoy that era of LEGO Star Wars very much. It is a shame that it took so long for us to get back onto that point, back into that though. One second. I'm shifting through to see if I can find this helmet here. Yeah, you know what? I'm glad you're not commenting stuff like you were the last time. Like, hands down, that's a lot better. Right, that is not... No, that's the regular Wolf Pack Trooper helmet. Because Wolf has the stuff on his. No. But yeah, the last half... You know, I appreciate that, man. Thanks. The last half of this live will just be gaming, but I mean, I've made progress enough that I'm okay to stop doing the LEGO thing for a while. Or till the next stream. Like, I'm enjoying currently doing this kind of half and half way of doing the streams. Because I know that people like both content, you know, so if I do both, it means people will enjoy it a bit more. No, nothing there. Right, if I've already put the helmet in and I've just missed it, then I'll just go do it tomorrow. Wolf's helmet. Never mind, I've found his helmet, but I do need to get the antenna piece for it. Oh, have you sent a message on the Instagram? There we go, that's Wolf's helmet. That's all the figures I'm planning on throwing in the case for now. But then again, this is, like I said, this is the year I plan to go after a lot of those rare figures I've been after. So, plus it means if I'm spending that money on a figure, let's see. Plus, it means if I'm spending the money on the figures, it means I'm not going to buy sets that take up like half the space on the shelf, which will probably be better in the long run. Because this year I'm also planning to get right into the, yeah, no, I agree with Wilhelm on that. I'm planning to get right into the Clone Army building again. The first half of the year, I mostly put into the Clone Army. Right. Make sure all this piece. I've gathered a bunch more figures. I've not had the time, man. Right, here's all the figures we're going to add to it. So we got Shadow Earth Trooper from 2011. The 2014 Shock Trooper, because that figure for a while was quite iconic and a bit rare. We have Commander Fox from 2009. No, sorry, 2008. That's an original one. Wolf from 2011. And we're going to throw in the 2014 Wolfpack Clone Trooper. I know the Shock Trooper from that year's went down a bit, but I know that this has not. Right, so let's get it in. I'll be doing the case in order of year. I don't know why, I just feel that's the way to do it. So, you know, none of those figures are between 05 and 09, so they can stay. However, TC and Malgus will have to move, because one of these figures is 2000 and a couple of these figures are from 2011. But no, there is a figure from between those years. Fox. So I'll have Fox there. So then it will be 2011, which will start off with the Shadow Earth Trooper. Right. Then it's 2012, which is Malgus and TC-14. Correction, we'll be able to fill out all 10 spots this way, but these are some of the coolest figures and the rare. So no, I've made a mistake again. You're going there because this figure here is from 2011 as well. Whoa. Then we'll have the Wolfpack Clone Trooper, and then we can throw in the Shock Trooper. Just going to straighten up these stands a bit. Oh man, that looks good. Oh man, we got to 10. Brilliant. Thanks. Right. So it's looking. So these are some of they're in order of year. So 2005, we got the Kashyyyk clone. I wasn't going to put them in here, but I've got the two of them, so I didn't mind putting one in here. Commander Fox from 2008, just because it's one of those. He's not a very liked character in the Star Wars fandom, but it's a rare figure. 2009 Chrome Darth Vader. 2010 Chrome Stormtrooper. Back when we did get stuff like that. The May the 4th be with you, 2011 Shadow Earth. 2011's Commander Wolf. We got the 2012 Darth Malgus and the TC-14 from that year. And from 2014, we got the Wolfpack Clone Trooper and Trooper. See, I also think this is a cool minifigure. You want to see my profile picture? What do you mean? My profile picture is quite literally a picture of Lego, a Lego figure. What do you mean? But no, it looks great. I always thought there was a guy back in the day around kind of 2010 when these came out who, see, these were worth only a couple quid back then. They've gotten rarer, you know, and it's harder to find them in nicer condition. The Lego figure. I don't have Phase 1 Rex handy right now, but I'll tell you one thing, that's one complete shelf in that case. That just looks really nice. You know, I'll show you in a minute, man. Granted, I could have, you know, thrown Cloud City Luke or Leia or Boba Fett in there, or the Gold Chrome 3PO, but I kind of thought that made more sense. I do have one Captain Rex out on the shelf at the moment, and it's the Phase 2 from 2013, which for a while, and I've got a whole bunch of Troopers next to him. So there's one of the Rexes. I do have a Phase 1, and before we start the gaming... No, you're welcome. Tell you what, Gardner. I will pull it out and show the Phase 1 Rex, right? I will find him. He's in this box somewhere, just since you asked. See you later, Wilhelm, right? And then we'll move on to the gaming section of the stream. Let's find the Phase 1 Rex. Since you asked, because I do have one. I've actually got two of these guys. Got both versions. No, but things like Clone Wars figures will not be going on the shelf for a while. So I need to figure out how I'm doing that display. So that'll be on hold. So this Rex will be going back in the box when I'm done. It will take me a couple of minutes to find it. There was a lot of Clone Troopers in this. And I mean there's a lot. There we go. I found Phase 1 Rex. This is the one from 2008. From the ATTE. There you go. You own the golf club? I don't think I've ever bought the golf club. The one I always seem to buy is a scrapyard. I have no idea why. I suppose the benefit of the business is you continue to make money. I'm going to be doing some car wash stuff when I log in tonight. Purely just to try and get... my goal is to get to the 10 million mark. I'll probably play for a bit, like, on call with my friend. So that'll be why the stream ends. So I'll probably do that for a little while. See, what battery percentage are we currently at? Just to try and estimate it out. So we'll definitely see the 2 hour mark. Right, let's get the rest of these in there. It's 150 million. What time? Not even 6 o'clock yet. Joe, because I got home from work, early-ish, it feels a lot later than it actually is. All right, okay. Oh, hey there, Reaper. No, I didn't lose any footage, actually. The timer just had reset or something. But yeah, before we go and do some gaming, I mean, look at that. Turned out. Shout out to Reaper X5 Luke. Go subscribe to him. But that does look pretty nice in there. No, you're welcome. So obviously tomorrow we'll start getting into that. The reason these are so let me move that out of the way. So the pirate tank and the lightsaber are not staying there; they're getting moved. But the solar sailor, the two gunships, and that they're staying there. That's happening. The dropship, which is in that box over there, needs to be rebuilt. Will sit there. This will get a bit more decluttered tomorrow, and obviously I'll go around fixing more parts of that. But you know, like I said, this would be half a gaming live, and I'm sticking to that. I'll probably do that from now on, because as I was saying earlier, right, a good chunk of you like watching me play games. A lot of you also seem to like it when I do the Lego. So I could do one live doing the Lego, one live doing the gaming, but that means one half of you doesn't want to watch me on one of the nightly streams. So why not just make both sides happy? Right, let's get the laptop set up so I can read comments and stuff. And we'll get logged into GTA Online. So yesterday I took my PS3 to get looked at. Yeah, some people like yourself enjoyable. They are shipping out a replacement. Which I'm very happy about. Get my can of juice, get the controller. Right, give me 1 second. I've got to get the chat up here on the laptop. Honestly, man, see me and my friend were gaming and it popped up. We were playing through the complete saga. And we were having a good time, you know, it's all good. And then that happened, honestly. It's my Xbox 360, right? Because I see that era of gaming. That's always been my favorite era of gaming. That recently died, and I've not had the chance to replace that. And then that other thing goes and breaks. It's honestly, but my Xbox 360 was built in 2008, and the PS3 was built in 06. So they've lasted a long time. I know they can last longer than that, and obviously I'm looking at sorting that. You're just gonna sit there for a little bit, just till got to sort a couple of things. It's also see, that's my favorite era of gaming. So I tend to play that the most. I'm gonna sit you like that for like the next 10, just to let my phone charge a bit longer. It means a bit of a longer stream as well. So I'm not gonna do a second stream tonight. My favorite era of gaming is like the PS2 era, specifically. No. No one I know really cares. They know it's a game. Ouch. I quickly turn that, get out of the garage and hope the music stops. I don't want to get copyrighted. That would not be great. A ban for a month. Ow. Yeah, I'll change the camera angle in a moment. I'm just doing this just now purely because I want my phone to charge a little bit. Just so, I'm enjoying the stream and it's only just went 4 minutes past 6. So, I don't want to end it in like the next hour. I'd like to go for a little bit longer than that. See if my business made any money. Sometimes apparently they can make money while you're offline. So we're gonna have a quick check. Again, I will change the camera angle in just a moment. I'm just waiting a couple minutes. Apparently it made 70 grand while I was offline. You know what? I'll take the 70 grand. Right. I'm gonna adjust the camera angle so you guys can see the game. I can see your chat still through the laptop, so we'll get started. We'll take that 70 grand out, so it's starting from 0, and figure out how much money I'll need. We'll also take the money out of my safe, put it all in the account. My goal, realistically, I don't know, man. I've not decided. I'm still debating whether or not I want to give out my username on Xbox. I've not decided yet. So I've just taken what was in the business, which all in was 79 grand. So we'll go into the banking. Right, so money and services, we'll go right down. How could you think I'm in your server if you don't know my username? Right, let's figure it. So we'll put that, that's basically 80 grand, right, in. So I need, so within the rest of the stream, right, my goal is to make 214,000, right? Primary tool for that will just be the money laundering. So 214 grand, right? Anything I make additional will be cool. And obviously I'll play for I'll do that in a minute. Right. So I'm gonna do the money laundering again. 214,000. I'm gonna try and get as close as I can during the rest of the stream, but again, like I'm not confident I'll get there, but we'll see what I can get. Make sure the radio's off because I don't want to get screwed over copyright, and let's go. Yeah, I'm alright. How are you? I'm just playing some games. I'm not going to the triangle place with the I-Man. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just trying to earn that 214,000 so I can get up to 10 million. So I'm trying to save up for one of them mansions. So once I get to the 10 mil, I'll just have 1.5 mil left to get, which I can probably get throughout the week just doing gaming sessions here and there. I'm currently doing the money laundering. Man, I'm not playing along to this. You don't know my username because I haven't given it out. So how would you know I'm in your session? Oh, wait. So you don't know. All right. Well, I'm not doing that right now. I'm doing my money laundering. I might go there after the money laundering, but like I'm focusing the rest of my stream into getting this done. We're gonna throw a sticky bomb, right? And once you hit the car, you take out most of the guns. Like so. He's out. And they're out. I'm not going to say my username, but trust me, if I was in your session, you would know. The name would be a right giveaway. Kind of, but not really. But I'm not giving it out. Right, just got to lose the cops. But I'll do a couple of these money laundering things. Oh, what the hell's that bus NPC doing? I'm stuck. Ah, screw it, I need to abandon my car. Did you guys see that? And I believe they have just shot out the tyre. Yep, they have. Sorry, I just needed this car to get me away from there because that was a bad situation. So I'm going to brake and shoot the guys that are tailing me. And I'm going to steal their car since it doesn't have any popped wheels. See, I had to be very careful there that I didn't shoot at the cops because I didn't have the 3 stars. I was really trying to avoid that. Oh, damn it! That's me have my tires shot out again. That's nice of a pedestrian to do things like that. I almost lost the cops. There we go. I got a bit of a faster car that's not got burst wheels. I don't need to worry about losing the rival gang people. I just need to worry about losing the cops, and then we're kind of sorted. Why are all the pedestrians, like, not pedestrians, why are the NPC drivers doing that? That's kind of nuts how they all keep trying to do that old ramming technique. Like, wait a minute, you're not a cop, you're not listed as an enemy. Right, let's go back to the car wash. Alright, I'll check. No, wait, if I do that, I'm going to get shot and killed. There's 7,250 already in the safe. That's helpful. It's made more money than usual, actually. That's real. I'm curious to know if I get money when other players use the thing. Alright, let's check. I'm checking the users. No, you're not in my session. Well, 7,250 quid of this already made. That's a step in the right direction. Right, let's get another one of these on the go. I'm going to quickly grab a snack and then we'll do more money laundering. And then, a car wash or so just to keep the heat down. But what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to cash out the laundered money until the end of the gaming session. Until the end of the stream. I'm going to take you guys down from here again. Right. I'm going to plug it in for a little bit. So it'll mostly be a commentary kind of stream for a little bit. But it means we can keep that stream going a little bit longer. If it lets us go an extra 5 minutes, it lets me go an extra 5 minutes. Right. I know it's not going to be great for getting more people in the stream, but the camera's going to stay like this for a little bit, just to what it charges. That way the stream can go on for longer. But I promise it will go back where it's meant to go. I just wanted to be able to do it this way for a little bit. This can end up being a commentary kind of thing now. For a while. Right, let's go. Yo, if you can hear me, that works just as good. Oh, it's this one where you have to steal the stockade. Cool. And now I'm being chased. Great, I'm gonna get murdered. This guy in a tank is shooting at me. He's actually wrecked my car completely. Yeah, this guy just showed up and done me in. Great. You're going. Okay. There we go. Ah, that guy's cost me a lot of time doing that to me. Alright, I'm back doing this. I got murdered by this guy driving around in this like insane tank thing. And it spawned me way away from the mission area. So I need to drive all the way back over there. Okay then. Right, I'll get back up there. So I killed me and it spawned me well away. But the guy that just killed me is left, so I don't need to put up with it, dumbass. Like, I was driving out to the dock area to pick up the stockade and he just started chasing me, shooting at me. Like, he had this tank thing with this big off-road car with guns in front of it. Someone has put down a proximity mine. There we go, blew up the fence, I can get out. It's in the description. I'll take the camera down and show you if you want. Alright, I'll show you where it is, man. See on the laptop, right? Also, I can see the chats and that there, but in the description. So, like, come out of it, like, try and look at the way the description you would in a regular YouTube video. That's how you find it all. Let's get into the security gear. And enter the stockade. This one's quite easy. All you really do is go around the banks. Right, I've got the first bank picked out. Let's go. Yeah, that's where it would be like on your phone. Come out of the video, so it's a small screen, and it's like under where you find the like and subscribe buttons. That's the best way I can describe it to you. I can't show you where it is on a phone because I'm streaming through my phone. Let's go. I didn't. That I turned way too hard there. So yeah, we go to the banks, do that. Like I said, I will not to let the money launder a bit longer. I'm not going to cash it out till the end of the stream, and we'll see how far we get to that 10 mil goal. Because once I get the mansion, I'm going to start saving up some other things in the game I want. Like I do want one of the giant submarine things. Would be kind of fun for me. Me and my friend want to muck around with one of those. That guy get in the no. I thought that other player got in with me. Whoa! Let's get other players trying to kill me. I don't have any sticky bombs to blow him up. I'm not going to bother. Oh, crap. I accidentally shot a cop there. Ah, sure. I'll lose the cops and I'll body stockade. That'll be easy. Can I phone Leicester and deal with this? Hopefully. There's no way I'm going to... Like, the problem is a way I can lose them despite driving one of these, but driving this will not make it easy.
Hey, what's up?
No, he will not allow me.
My eye on you. Goodbye.
I will let the cops kill me. Come on, kill me. Kill me. Come on, let's go. Hopefully that doesn't trigger the mission to end. No, that does not help me lose a cop, surprisingly.
I'm guessing you don't want a back rub. How can I help? I can get it scrambled for a minute.
Yeah, hey there, Ottoman Empire. How you doing? All I'll do is I'll get a fast car, right? Nah, I'm gonna fail this. I've never not collected all the money from all the banks. I don't know what the hell happens. I've quit the mission. It was just easier.
How can I be of service? Okay, my friend. I'll take care of the LSPD. Leave it to me.
Aye, that is kind of funny. Right. We'll go back and try again. Never know how much money I've got sitting in the business anyway. I do need to check that. Yeah, my goal to get to that 214 grand is not going well. So, how much money has it managed to want? It's not going to have that amount of money, but well, let's go see how it's doing. Sorry, I've got some notifications I quickly take a peek at. No. All good. Yeah, but Stash Houses ain't going to get me anywhere near the amount of money I'm talking. Right, okay. There's 42,500 in the business already, so that's working for me. We'll do money laundering. The car I was driving has a burst tire, so we're just going to steal this one. So on this is the one where you have to burn the cash, so I'm going to quickly stop off, get some sticky bombs and a jerry can, because I'll need both. And I do have a jerry can, but it is like on empty, probably, so better safe than sorry kind of thing. See, now I need to get 220 grand because I just spent money in here. Second, what is that? Oh, it doesn't matter. Goddamn NPC driving like crazy people. Yeah, I know what button I need to press. I just decided I wanted to stop in at the ammunition. Right, let's go. Oh, let's burn the cash. Honestly, man, you and my friends were gaming and it popped up. Apparently my laptop wanted to play the footage. One second, I'll do something. Aye. I've not decided, I'm not that hungry, I'm still not feeling it greater. Isn't it? I might have that one. Aye, take that off, aye. Aye. Right. I've not decided. One second, I'm gonna feed the ducks. Yes, I'm feeding the dogs. I'm feeding the dogs that out. Aye. Right, Calvin, you better shut up. Right. Calvin! What do you get for walking them away? Hold on a second, Calvin. Lie down. I'll just have the steak pie. Right, let's wrap this up because we're going to have to end the stream very soon. We'll finish this mission and go from there. I don't see the stream going on any longer. If it's entirely, see, my friend, right, doesn't log on, I will do another 1 hour stream later on between 8 and 9, but that's at a stretch. I've not thought about decided yet. So I need to go chase down the van, get this carrying money, the fake money, blow that up, then we're done. Damn, the car's away. I got to drive that one I got to drive last stream that I enjoyed. Right, van's up that way. So have we enjoyed tonight's stream then? It's been a good 2 hours, at least I think it has. Ha! Take that. That shows you. I don't know, man. I've not decided. What would you, if you were made mod, what would you do? I don't know, man. I've not decided.
Problem solved, am I right? Boom.
Nice job, me. I went the wrong way. Right, I'll get there and then will quickly check what phone percentage we're at and if my friends message me or any of that stuff. So I think we might have time to do a car wash mission. Yeah, I'm going to quickly go to the toilet, then we'll do a car wash mission. I think that's the way we're going to go. Then we'll call it a day because, you know, we're over 2 hours into the stream. I'm quite happy with that, you know, in terms of stream length. Right, okay, let's do that car wash mission. Right. Go ahead and check how much one of these cars costs. I do like it. Karen Wood. Oh, I know exactly what that car's meant to be, and I do like that. Let's see, what else we got? Alright, is it in the off-road section? No. Well, I mean, I doubt it will be in the luxury section, but we'll check now. Alright, let's check the fancy car website. It is a nearly 2 million quid for the car. That is insane. I do like it, but I don't know if I like it to pay 2 mil for one. Oh man, it despawned that car. Hey, how you doing? That's good to hear. Oh, cool. Thanks for the emojis. Just driving up to do a car wash mission before we end the stream because I need to charge my phone and that. But if my friend that I meant to be playing with on here tonight does not, like, for whatever reason, join in, I will come back on here for an hour and stream. So, thanks. Right, let's see. That's a pretty cool car I got to steal. I do like that. Sure, I'm pretty sure I've already had one of these online. That is one thing I do enjoy about this. You have to drive some pretty cool cars that normally I don't have the money to afford in this game. Let's go. In fact, I had one of these up until very recently in the game, and because you can sell these for a decent amount of money, I sold it to go towards the money that I'm funding to buy the mansion online. So I was trying to figure out why I got rid of mine. So when you're doing the actual washing the car bit, I'm not doing that for the money. I'm not bothered if I lose the deposit. But, you know, if I lose, like, you get the £3 payment for not wrecking the car, and then you get a bonus if you don't wreck the car. That'll be cool to get, I suppose, but it's not the main reason I'm doing this. Oh, crap, yeah, and the NPCs drive like crazy people when you're doing this. Did any of your friends check out the channel? Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Right, let's go through. Come on, quick. How much battery? Well, 13% in the phone, so... What? We'll end in the stream after I do this. Guess because I'll need to charge it for a bit, but... Right as I'm pulling out, I get clipped, right? There's a little place I can repair the car. I'd rather get the bonus than not get the little bonus. And that doesn't cost me any money. For crying out loud, my door had to ring right now, didn't it? Shut up, Louie. Thank you, I appreciate you're my fan. Right. I'm assuming something crashed into me while I was away. Alright, let's fix the car again. Oh, come on. I hope that person doesn't blow that car up, because I'm properly screwed. I don't have to pay for it if he does, but... I'm probably going to regret executing the guy back, but... Oh my... It's like everything's trying to get in my way. This a bit like that. All right, my safe is at 15 grand. That's not terrible. But anyway, guys, I've got to drive out before that guy can pull me out the car. Well, I've enjoyed today's stream. We got some cool stuff done in that cabinet. That's perfect. Anyway, I'll see you. There's a slight possibility of another stream tonight. It depends if he's jumping on. If not, I'll jump on for an hour between 8 and 9. I'll see you guys later on. Thank you very much for watching.